Hello, 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 and welcome to. I'm going to be talking about Arunka for the next 45 hour, however long. Uh, but if you want to skip all of the 45 minutes, here's the down low. She's absolutely and utterly broken and is an abomination to this very game. She is somehow Harsetti, but worse in terms of fair design space. She is the single best tank in the game, bar none. And if she is paired with FCC and Ilanov and a fourth, you are dead, and there is nothing you can do to break through that. There is quite literally nothing you can do. AoE won't work. You have to focus her down, and she's constantly countering, and she can 2-tap you if you're a DPS, or maybe even 1-tap you. She can, she'll counter a lot. It's a mess. She's awful. I hate her. I will be abusing the ever-loving shit out of her until EpicSeven learns their freaking lesson, which they don't appear to be doing. So I'll probably only show you the fights that have Arunka, depending on how I feel. This is against Lionheart in Archduke and Global. They went for Solitus, Flan, Lidica, Young, and Celine. I went for Pyra, Arunka, Solitaria, Zio, and Blitica. They got rid of Blitica. I got rid of Arunka. Also, you have to make sure you put her in front. If you don't put her in front, you're dead. You've just screwed yourself. And, that is a thing that you're going to make that mistake like I did with Abby constantly. Not much you could do about it. Sorry. So I'm going to push back the Celine because I don't want her doing anything. Try to kill her. Just barely don't. But regardless of anything, they can't push back Solitaria. So I just have to hope that I outspeed the... By the way, 7k on a counter with Rocket Punch into a DPS. Absolutely ungodly. I think she just dies here. Yeah, she does. Hey. Goodbye. Oh, I get it. So they are able to cycle out, but... Okay, that's first soul burned. It's 6.9k. Are we just gonna S3, or... Yep, they're forced to S3. Because they don't have souls, I guess. Should have known. They're on Sword of Winter Shadow? I don't know why. Oh, because it gives them souls when they use their S3 as well. That makes sense. Anyway, Flan gets to S3. She has to soul burn because you need to defense break this bitch. Still doesn't kill her. She's still alive, by the by. So this just allows me infinite time to set up and kill their team, because they can't do physically anything against her. So, like, Celine's gonna die here. Actually, I think I just soul burn S1, because this will kill Celine. It'll break what's-her-face out of stealth, and now I just kill her. And that's the game. Like, they can try to kill Zio, but Solitaria and Pyra will absolutely make this a joke. So that's game. Arunka just needed to stand there. She countered twice and killed Lidica. Oh, I should show you her stats. I did change her a little bit from the post, just because, that was haha funny big defense, but, I felt she did need more HP. So she's down to 3k defense and almost 21k HP, which is better, and 110 ER. So that's great. She's not here. She was banned. Or wait. Yeah, she was banned. I banned her. Sure, this just shows, like, I can't do anything. I brought 2 AoEs. But, you know, unfortunately, I can't target strays with my S3 with Solitaria. And my other 2 units aren't going to be pushed up far enough. It's proof of valor, so it will quite literally never die. I have to S1, hope that this strips and stuns the strays, which it won't. It didn't do anything. And hey, now she's taking a turn despite being 0 speed. So, I lose the game? Like, she S3, she defense breaks, she pushes back, and then everyone dies. Like, it's absurd. People are using her as a cleave anchor, just with like 30k defense or 30k HP, and you can't do anything. You just physically cannot do anything. It's awful and unfun. In Steru, Masara Town in Europe went for FCC, Pyra, SSB, Elena, and DDR. I went for a horrible core of Ilanov, Arunka, Bellion, LRK, and Rowana. They banned out Rowana because otherwise SSB would quite literally be making my entire team take multiple turns faster than their Pyra could even handle. And I banned DDR because that is the only logical choice. So, like, I don't know what to say. It's absurd, the amount of mitigation that she provides. But the fun thing about having 110 ER is that it doesn't... Oh my god, I actually resisted. I was going to say, more often than not, I do not resist Pyra S1s because they just have free 100F. So, you know, that's great. They really don't want to... They might S3. I don't actually know. Give everybody a free barrier. Gonna try to provoke. No doing. Gonna S3. Give me that barrier for free anyway. Thank you. I am going to try to stun the SSB because they don't have Arunka on their team, which means I can attack people other than Arunka. Unfortunately, it does immune. The immunity saves it from being stripped. Or it's an ER SSB. I don't know. Anything is possible. I just want to put immunity up so that, you know, nobody can be provoked. Or specifically, What's-Her-Face can't be provoked. To push up Elena as well to get her out of stealth. Doesn't do anything. Doesn't even get close to breaking the barrier of Arunka. They're gonna S3, feed LRK some more. Barely, it breaks the barriers because she strips. But, you know, otherwise, don't care. Let's just S1. I get a free dual attack with Bellion. Which does that. You know, defense breaks LRK and Ilanov, but I don't care, really? I think I just S1 here. No, I S3. Okay, because I want the defense buff. That makes sense. Plus, I want to kind of break down the Elena and the FCC. So, they get a dual attack. I counter. It cleanses the provoke. My Ilanov is taking so many turns, it's not even funny. Let's go ahead and get rid of these defense breaks. We'll go into Elena because she's sustain. I thought they were going to S3 here. I think they S1. Yeah, they just S1 pushes me up. I could try to defense break SSB again, but I'd rather take care of this Elena. That's going to happen a lot because all of these fights take for freaking ever. So Elena's dead. So now they have no mitigation. I am hey, I have a full barrier, and I think full HP. I literally do not think my Arunka has taken damage this turn, or this game. Like, I legitimately do not think she has taken any damage. Let's check. She's taken 4k worth of damage. I'm going to go ahead, S1, start getting rid of the FCC. Because once the FCC's gone, I physically don't care what they do. They're finally going to S3, and this is where I found out that SSB's S3 strips buffs now, which is fascinating. But I don't care. I'm just going to Soulburn Balian now. She's going to counter again, but I don't care. Like, look how many turns my Arunka and my Ilanov are taking from being pushed up. Like, it's ludicrous. And they still can only attack Arunka. It's so stupid. She finally she finally gets defense broken. And it's like, hey, I have my S3 again. I have my S3 is on a 3-turn cooldown. Who thought that was a good idea? Like, what? I'm almost outpacing a Pyra. A 300 speed Pyra. They laugh because of the absurdity of this unit. This unit is not fair at all. It's so stupid. Like, there's people being like, oh, I'll just wait a bit of time, you know, see how things shake out. And it's like, no, you can immediately tell that this unit is a problem. Immediately. She has taken over every AI arena. She is now unbeatable in RTA, essentially. You have to alpha strike her. Like, here's another example. Rojo Top in Legante 2 and Global goes for Pyra, Flan, Solitaria, DDR, and SSB. I go for Arunka, Ilanov, LRK, other Crow, and Rowana. And they get rid of Rowana because Solitaria and SSB would quite literally be feeding me infinitely. And I ban DDR because I don't want injury all over the place. I'm going to make them I'm going to force them to go into Arunka. Like, it's as easy as that. Like, they can even dual attack, sure. Are we actually going to kill Arunka immediately? Like, this is what I mean by Alpha Strike. Like, okay, she's dead. How do we deal with everybody else here? They tried to stun Ilanov. It does not work, unfortunately. I am going to go ahead and... let's go ahead and go into SSB. Just to start working on her. Gives a barrier to Mr. Crow. They are going to S3 to put unbuffable on everybody. Or at least unbuffable on Crow. But hey, Crow does not give a shit about getting Vigor. He sincerely does not. So we're going to go ahead and kill Flan anyway. Without Vigor. Does 16k about. Okay, pushes Crow again. Red Crow can't be buffed, but that's fine. How do they kill him? With just SSB. Like, they're going to constantly be feeding my Ilanov. They're going to be constantly feeding my LRK. And they had to spend every single resource imaginable to kill Arunka. So, like, okay, well, I kill her. Sure. I do get a little bit lucky, of course. I S2 into SSB and I do stun her. And now the game is over. Like, the game is just literally over. Because, I mean, LRK is going to have another S3. They stunned Crow for the first time, but hey, LRK's here, and LRK has an S3. Oh, no, he doesn't. He has an S1, but I don't think that matters. I'm just going to kill SSB. There she goes. And now, like, they can keep defense breaking Crow, but he will also keep getting a barrier from Ilinov. So, like, they're going to S3 LRK. Because they don't want him S3ing, which is fine and understandable. Like I said, that's going to happen a lot. Thank you, phone. Because all of these... We went from hyper aggro to the most tank down ever, and it's very jarring. Ilinov has her S3 again, so let's get rid of all of our everything. And LRK has his S3 available, so let's just go ahead and get immunity up on everybody. Like, they were able to kill Ilinov, or Arunka very quickly, and then everyone else was a problem as well. Let's see. Oh, Arunka lost. This was Cleave. And I can't do too much against Cleave, as it were. Push up, murder, 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 dead. So, Cleave still works. Cleave is still fine, I guess. Don't shit the bed yet, EpicSeven. Cleave. She's banned. They won with her because I couldn't break through anybody. They won with her. Cleave. Another example. No idea what their name or guild is in Korea. FCC, Pyra, Elena, LHC, and DDR. I have Arunka, Bellion, Lidica, Celine, and Bois Young. They get rid of Bois Young because they have no damage whatsoever. And I actually restrict or bind the Elena, which is hilarious. I'm going to push back the DDR because I don't want him doing DDR things. Pyra probably shouldn't S3 here. It's a almost 30k Pyra. This has no attack whatsoever. It does still defense break me because this game is a mess. And effectiveness and ER are supremely unbalanced. I think I also find out it is an ER DDR. Yeah, it's an ER DDR. Obviously, my Lidica is able to debuff it because my Lidica has, like, you know, 150 effectiveness. But people that don't, that's fine. And normally, I would be terrified about Celine, you know, being out of stealth, but I just don't care. I get a free dual attack because the game is fair. I'm going to S3 just to put the defense buff up and try to provoke the DDR. I don't think I do. I do not. They S3 here because everyone's invincible. There's no reason not to. Celine can't do anything. This one is probably the longest of all of the long games. So far, they get a dual attack. I counter. We're 11 turns in, and it feels nobody's taken any damage whatsoever. 11 turns in, and nobody's taken any damage. They're going to S3. Do things. My Bellion has ER, so it's not super surprising that she doesn't have anything, but okay. None of their units have AoE except for FCC with her S1 and Pyra with her Soul Burn, which she can never have because I have Bellion. So I lost a turn because everyone was asleep, but what did that do? Like, It just made me lose a turn. Nothing happened. Sure. Uh-huh. One day she'll die. Uh-huh. There she goes. She finally died. However, I am going to proc my Celine to push her up. She doesn't get the extra attack, but I have Soul Burn in my S3, so goodbye, DDR. And now that DDR is gone, the rest of their team just kind of collapses. Like, Bellion can solo this. Yeah. Like, they're dead. She's so stupid. Like, even if she isn't the best tank, she provides so much time to do things. That was Cleave. That was that one. Immune, I beat an Arunka. Immune, Horizon, Global, they went for Arunka, Ilanov, Sea Lilius, Celine, and Rylet. I went for Litica, Boyoung, Bunny Dom, Shu, and Kayron. I got Kayron from the free ML5 Lightstar. They banned Litica, I banned out Violet because nonsense. I got him, and I've been enjoying him legitimately. He's very strange. They don't want to S3, which is understandable, but I am also not going to S3 because I see no point in it. Even though, as you will see, this freaking Arunka counters literally every freaking attack. I wish mine did that. Mine's pretty good so far. I wish. They test the ER and they find out that, you know, he does have ER. It's a 31k Ilanov, so I doubt it's going to be doing too much damage to Boyoung, and it doesn't. So I'm going to S3, and she is going to counter. And defense break. Thankfully, she's Proof of Valor, and no additional damage is dealt. But once again, we're going to go into Boyoung. Sure. Not going to do anything. I get a counter. Kick you in the throat. I'm going to go... Did I have a special line against Arunka? I heard something I hadn't heard before. She counters. So all this time they're trying to take out Boyoung. Her S1 is also a dual attack, which is fantastic. So let's go ahead, just S1. Just gonna keep S1ing. She counters again. There goes Bunny Dom. Soul Burn. She counters again. Thankfully, the injury is working very well. And Kayron is going to explode soon. And since Shu is in stealth, bad things are coming. They are going to S2, the Kayron. Not that it would have mattered, he cleanses. Still funny. So let's go ahead, try to get rid of you. She doesn't counter. There's the counter. So Bunny Dom's gonna die. And now it's time for Kayron. I was just about to click it. So goodbye, everybody. And now they only ever have single target attacks, and I don't think they can break through. Well done, Kayron. I got to show you off. Fantastic. Black Reaper. Arunka is banned. Arunka is banned. They use Arunka, and I die because Tori is dumb, but couldn't break through that. I had to ban Arunka, and I lost. I beat Arunka. Oh, I remember this one. This one's fun. They went for Arunka, Rowana, Pyra, Ed, and FCC. So again, no damage but Arunka. I went for Ilanov, Bellion, Litica, Shu, and Bois-Young. I get rid of Ed because I don't want any debuffs on him. They get rid of Ilanov because question mark? I don't know why they got rid of Ilanov, honestly. They have no fast units. So they're going to push up no one, essentially. Let's go ahead and do this. Get all of the debuffs on everybody. They're going to be able to bring it over to us, but I don't care. Defense break on Arunka is extremely powerful. They're going to S1, break the skill nulls, give me bind and stuff. I don't know how her thing works if it ignores ER. I legitimately don't know. Because it debuffed my Bellion, who has a good amount of ER. I don't know if people build FCC with effectiveness, but hey, I'm just going to S3. And hey, Arunka's coming. Yeah, or not Arunka, sorry, Bois-Young is coming. Sure. Hey, but guess what? And this is important. This is a soul-burned Bois-Young into a defense-broken Arunka, and it does 28k. And that's the end of the match, I believe. My non-soul-burned S3 into a defense-broken Bellion, for comparison, does about 50k. I do half as much damage with Soul Burn into Arunka than I do without Soul Burn into Bellion, to put it into perspective. I do half as much damage. It's nuts. That was this one. I beat Arunka again. Again, LRK, Shu, and Bellion have been the best way that I can find to beat them. I just wear down their team from a distance. I don't know if I'll show that one just because it'll take 8 years. Arunka Cleave. Oh, I'll show you this one real quick. So this is why, in case you were wondering, I don't use Tori. Okay, I had 1 buff, there's no debuff, but, you know, I'll have 3 buffs at the end of this, so I should get my S1, right? Nope. I do not use units that prove that their RNG is abysmal, and their RNG specifically is what makes them usable. Like, Bois-Young has uses outside of just doing damage and counter, or outside of just countering. Tori literally does not work unless you hit a 20 to 100% chance. So, I cannot and will not use her. That was that one. I guess I'll show this one. They went for Arunka, Solitaria, Flan, SSB, and The other Bellion, Lone Crescent, LCB. I haven't said her name in so long that I've actively forgot what her name was. I went for a Pyra, Shu, Bellion, LRK, and Rowana. They had to get rid of Bellion because, or Rowana because, holy shit, again, I would be zooming. So we just have to take care of Arunka before she becomes a problem, which should be relatively easy considering I have Pyra and a bunch of people that do damage outside of, you know, just single target. And their entire team is about, it's a village team. It's a village team, but no one has Harsetti. It also helps that I immediately defense broke the Arunka. It's going to counter. It's going to defense break. It doesn't matter. LRK, we're going to go ahead and put up some S3 damage. And then they're going to give us a free barrier. Thank you. And I think they just realized they're dead. Because they are very dead. Like, they can S3 into Shu, but she's going to lap anybody who comes close. Yeah, so, hey, I'm just going to S3. Do damage to everybody. And they're dead. Shu's S1 kills Flan. Solitary got provoked. Yeah, it's too much AoE. So that can work against her. That was that one. Lost to Arunka because Cleave. I lost because my Tori sucks. Hey, I got another Kairon game. Abyssal Euphine, Celine, Carmen, Shu, and FCC. I go for Arunka, Ilanov, Crowd for mitigation, DDR, and Kairon. They ban out DDR, I ban out Shu. We both get rid of the injury, so we're both playing very fun, very fair games of Magic the Gathering. Celine can Soul Burn S1. I don't really care. They're not going to. But that's fine. I'm going to go ahead and test her resistance and put a defense buff on everybody, because that's a good way to break everybody. Or no, why do I go into FCC? I don't know. They're going to S3 and they're going to strip all of our buffs from everybody except for Kairon. He's going to counter, he's going to get rid of the skill null, which is very nice. I legitimately don't know what I do in this fight because it's just so boring. I like these kinds of fights, but she's going to counter. I did one single target attack. Sorry, I did two technically. I don't remember what I do. Do I try to kill Celine? No, I try to kill FCC. Kairon's still just chilling here. I guess I could show his build as well. So they're gonna counter, and hey, their Abyssal on turn 2 has full focus. This is fine, though. Everybody's been getting pushed so much. I outsped their Celine. You want to Soul Burn into a defense broken, or a defense buffed, Indomitable mitigation? Did about half of my barrier. I'm just gonna S1. You know, don't crit, please. They get the provoke, which means that this is built with some effectiveness, a little bit. But Celine's not going to be doing too much here. They're going to S3, they're going to strip all of my buffs. But, again, it doesn't really matter. They use their free soul burn. It does 6k. Uh-huh. Go on. Counter. They're gonna soul burn. Doesn't kill. So I am going to soul burn into you just to get as much damage as I can. They do counter. They don't gain back anything, which is nice. Let's go ahead and kill you. And Kayron's pretty much ready to go. Let's kill... I think I try to kill FCC. Because without her, Kayron will be doing max damage. It doesn't quite kill. They counter again. Thankfully, they're not gaining HP. Hey, Kayron, let her rip. He's just sitting there vibing. And there goes everybody. Goodbye. I can't believe they... I can believe that they made this character, but I can't believe they made this character. I'll skip that one since it was... They banned... So we have a handful left. Oh, this one they quit because I banned Arunka, which was hilarious. Epic AI bought something in Korea. They go for Pyra, Ilanov, DDR, SSV, Landy. I go for Arunka, FCC, Shu, Boyoung, and Schneal. They ban out Boyoung because, again, hey, SSV, and they have no damage other than SSV and cannot harm Boyoung. And I get rid of Landy because I don't want her getting around everybody. So, Pyra's gonna go first. DDR cannot press buttons, so he's useless. No defense break, good to know. No sleep. S1. S1 barely breaks the barrier. And, you know, she gets stronger. Her attack gets stronger the more she does those. So she's currently sitting at 2 stacks. I'm going to try to get rid of one of her insight just so that she can't do that again. I don't know if she can do that again, but, you know, it's worth trying. Gonna do it again. Start working her down. She's essentially almost dead, but she did push herself up twice, so she'll be going soon. I have defense buff now. That does... I believe the technical term is nothing. This is a double attack boosted S3. And it does not break my barrier. It does damage to FCC, but that's because she's mitigating shit. Like, an S3 from an SSV with 2 S1 boosts, and it did not break my barrier through mitigation. And she's just sitting here, countering. It's like if Boyoung's S1 and S3 had defense break. So we're just gonna do this. Get skill null and barrier, and... How's everybody doing? Having fun? Good times? Let's get rid of Ilanov. Or not, I guess. I should go kill Ilanov, because I think it was at this point I realized she has Rise of the Monarch. Yeah, she has Rise of the Monarch. So I'm like, okay, well, I need to get rid of Ilanov here. So let's S1. Get a duel. That's a free duel. That's an expected duel. And try to take care of Ilanov. They have Soulburn finally, so let's Soulburn, defense break literally everybody. DDR still can't do anything. How much does this SSV do into a defense buffed but defense broken 3 S1'd? It does 2.6k. And I think that is the point they quit. Because they are not breaking that wall. They are physically not breaking that wall. That was you. They banned Arunka, so I don't care. I lost to BBK because of course I did. They quit. She was banned. She was banned. And then I got these last two. No idea what your name is. Refill Cask in Japan goes for Halua, FCC, Boyoung, Rowana, and SSB. I go for Arunka, Bellion, DJB, Crow, and Flan. They get rid of Crow, which I find hilarious. And I get rid of FCC. I like how people think that I don't know why they picked Rowana. Bellion's, you really think she's going to counter? So they're going to S3. It's not going to do anything. I am going to get rid of the provoke on the Flan just for consistency's sake and to make killing Boyoung a little bit easier. So I'm just going to S1, do as much damage as I can into Boyoung. They're going to counter, push up. Push up everybody. But I am going to kill Boyoung. And now I'm going to get an attack buff. Or not an attack buff, a defense buff and a barrier. And now, how does an SSB kill Arunka? Especially when I'm going to be healing with DJB. First step, get rid of you. I double stunned her, which is hilarious to me. They can S3. I think it kills DDR. Or DJB. It doesn't. I do counter. Which is funny. They are going to revive. Put revive buff on everybody. Understandable. Have a nice day. Time to S1 into SSB, I believe. Nope, into you. Get another stun. Goodbye, DJB. I'm gonna S3 because Bellion is gonna die anyway, so I might as well, you know, push people back and do what I can with that. Goodbye, Bellion. And now they have to go into Arunka. That did 9k. Let's kill you. I think the barrier goes to SSB. It does. They can S3, but everyone's revive buff is gone. Lou is going to do this. It's not going to provoke what's-her-face, which is hilarious. I'm going to S1. Get countered. Get pushed up. I do have to try to kill SSB at this point, so let's go ahead and try to kill SSB. Hit her with a stop sign. There she goes. Look at how much HP my Arunka had. She just stood there and lived and that's terrifying. Last fight against Asia in a name and a globe, or guild. They go for Pyra, Ilanov, Solitaria, Genoa, and DDR. I go for Arunka, FCC, Shu, Zio, and Ed. I ban out Genoa. They ban out Zio. So, everybody on their team, Solitaria has an AoE, but it's not a very high damaging AoE. They can debuff everybody. I don't care. They have no way to break through Arunka at all. They do defense break, which can cause some problems, but none that I'm very worried about. Solitaria can S1 here if they want to provoke Ed, but they're just going to push her back. I don't think they push her back. I think they just stun her. Yeah. DDR is going to do his thing. I do feel this is equivalent. Ed resists the sleep, and you will see how it's equivalent shortly. S3 into Arunka. With mitigation, it does 8k, not bad. But now the defense break's gone, so, you know, everything is Daijobu. Wake some people up. Ed is angry. This is what I meant by it evens out. I decide to go into DDR, and considering that Pyra is there, I think we can all assume what's going to happen. I missed. Because 20% is 100%. And I get countered as well, which is kind of nice because I had a debuff, so I'm going to counter again. I get Restrict on Ilanov, which is huge, because that essentially turns her off. She gets a dual attack. I'm still alive despite being half injured, and now it's time to get a massive barrier, because it scales off of defense, not HP, and a defense buff. So now we'll just watch her not take any damage. Gonna soul burn. Doesn't matter. Everybody takes some damage, but is otherwise unable to be attacked. Sure. Resist. Counter. Let's S3 and put this defense buff over on some people. Just on the Ilanov, but that's fine. Let's go ahead and kill DDR. Let's go ahead and kill Pyra. And now what? Hey, I countered again. They're gonna anger Ed again. And they did all of this work, and like, what did it do? It didn't do anything. Like, I just waited long enough. Goodbye. And that's it. That's Arunka. It's not hyperbole to say that she is the most broken unit in the game. Harsetti destroys the game. Arunka makes it unplayable. Unless you have Arunka. It's crazy. That's going to do it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I love all of you. I hate Arunka, except I love regular Arunka, so this Arunka kind of sucks, but in terms of how broken she is. But thank you for watching. I love all of you. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.